So this week, as hopefully a few repeat people coming back, I've kind of tried to vary it up every week. And what we're going to do this week is a visualization and a body scan, and a body scan exercise that helps us get rid of any physical tension or any stress that we're holding on to. So if you happen to be at home, you happen to be in the comfort of your own home, I would probably say lie down, get really nice and comfortable. If not, and you're in the office or you're not somewhere that you can lie down, just have a seat for me, but do allow yourself to use the weight and the support of the chair or the ground or the sofa, wherever you are. And just sit there heavy through the seat bones, through the lower back, relaxed across the shoulders. Just make sure there's plenty of space between the top of the shoulders and the bottom of the ears, so the neck is nice and long. Take a big breath in all the way to the top of the lungs. Big breath out, let it go, really sigh. Big breath in. And out. I want you to do 3 more of those on your own, really using a quite powerful exhale. Just let go of anything that's been going on this morning. Don't worry about what's going on later this afternoon. Just concentrate on being here. Allow your body to be guided by the practice. If you feel your mind wanders off, you lose concentration, that's okay. Subconsciously, you're still listening, you're still here. So from that seat now, your eyes are closed. If they aren't already, just soften and close the eyes. I want you to not think about what's going on immediately around you now, but we're going to visualize being somewhere else, somewhere that you feel really relaxed. Might be led on a beach, it might be sat in the garden, outside somewhere if you can, and ideally somewhere close to water. That might be the sea, the ocean, or it might be a waterfall or a stream. I want you to sit yourself or lie yourself there. And the weight of your body is really anchoring into that space. So if you're led on a beach, think about how comfortable and deep you can push your body down into the sand, so you feel very supported by the sand and the ground around you. You can get the same effect if you're sat in the garden on the grass or in a meadow amongst grass. You can kind of bury yourself in what lies beneath, so you feel that you're held without having to hold yourself. So let the physical weight of your body go. And I want you to feel or be aware of the temperature around you. So if that's the sun, kind of very gently warming the skin, you don't feel too hot, you don't feel too cold. Feel like the body's at this perfect equilibrium where it's not having to work to fix its temperature. It's not having to shiver to keep you warm. You're not sweating to keep you cool. You feel that you're in this perfect space. So you don't have to worry about regulating the body. You just have to be here. And now I want you to listen for sounds in the distance. Might be sounds of birds, might be sounds as waves, trees, whatever it is that's far away. So it pulls your attention away from you, your problems, your worries, and you're just a small being in this bigger world. And just almost find the rhythm in those sounds. So maybe it's the repetitive crashing of the waves, or the gentle whistle through the trees. Allow it to soothe. That sound is going to carry on in the distance. That becomes your soothing background noise. And I want you to come back into your physical body now. And we're going to scan the body from the tips of the toes. We're going to feel for any stress or tension, and then we're going to release it. And I encourage you to do that with your breath. So I'll work with you, I'll guide you. So we're starting at the tips of the toes. Whether you're seated or you're led down, I want you to wriggle your toes and then really almost scrunch up the toes. Feel that tension and that grip. Take a big inhale. Exhale, sigh out. Let the toes spread out. Feel the gap between the toes. And then come to the ankles. Maybe you point and flex through the ankles a couple of times. Give the ankles a roll around. Notice how they feel. Is there any restriction? Is there any tension? And then just soften as you exhale and let that go. Come up to the knees. So if you're led, there might be a little gap behind the knees. If you're seated, just check that that's comfortable on the knees. If you're led down, you can tense your quads to feel this sensation of lifting the knees, and then exhale, soften, release, and let that go. Coming up to the hips. Again, if you're led down, you can kind of sway the legs a little side to side. If you're sat down, just almost pull the abdominals in, feel around the hips, and breathe out, let that go. Come up through the torso, the back of the rib cage, the shoulders. Feel the pressure points of where your shoulders touch the ground, or maybe where your shoulders push against the chair. As you inhale, I want you to lift the shoulders up to the ears. Feel that tension. Squeeze the shoulders into the side of the neck. And then big exhale, let that go. Relax down through the elbows, down to the wrists, the palms of the hands. Should be a sensation of softness through the hands as well. No grip, no hold, no stress. And then clench your fist. So now the opposite of that, squeeze the fist in, make a really strong fist. And then exhale, release. Let that grip go. Notice the expression around the face. Check in here that you aren't clenching your jaw, nor are you gripping the tongue to the roof of the mouth. That space is soft. And then you can grip the jaw and clench the tongue. Exhale, let that go. Around the eyes. See how it feels to squeeze around the eyes, to squint and try and see where you're going, then soften, let it go. Allow your whole body to be there. Heavy through the back of the body. Think about where you are, grounding down, anchored into the sand, maybe led amongst very soft grass. And maybe you can even bring a sensation of smell into this visualization. You might be able to smell sun cream, salt, the sun, or maybe either freshly cut grass or flower fragrance. Breathe that in, feel the whole body kind of just melt. Realizes where it is. Realizes it doesn't need to be anywhere else. Observe how your body is reacting. So how is your breathing rate? How is your heart rate? Are you carrying tension, or are you totally relaxed? Bring a bigger breath into the body. And you can hear your breath, but you can also hear those sounds that we connected with earlier, the waves, the trees, birds. And maybe if you go through periods of stress, or you have busy days where you need to just take yourself away, you know now you can just take 10 minutes. You can sit yourself somewhere. You can recreate that visualization of somewhere that makes you feel relaxed, somewhere that makes you feel happy. And we're not just flicking a switch and turning that off. We're going to keep that in the background very faintly. And now what becomes more apparent is the sound of our own breath. Almost might sound a bit wave-like. It's energetic. It's full. Feel the breath ripple through the body like water. Maybe you have that faint imagination of sunlight dazzling on the skin, kind of the light of that might bring you back around. Just acknowledging how you feel. Really simple visualization. Take some movement down to your fingers and your toes. Hopefully feeling free and light. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Point and flex the toes. Take the arms way back overhead, lengthen and stretch if you have the space, or if you're sat down, reach the arms up to the sky, big breath in. If you're led down on your back, big breath out, hug the knees into the chest. If you're sitting, just rest the hands on the knees. And if you were led down, now just bring yourself to a seat. Relaxed across the shoulders. Tall through the spine, comfortable through your seat bones. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Notice how you feel once more. Try and take that away with you into your afternoon. Try not to let anything disrupt that peace. Hands to prayer.